Welcome, AfterBuzzers. You're watching the Aftershow for Succession Season 2, Episode 8, Dundee, where tonight we talk Kendall gets his groove back, GREXIT, and Rhea wins the battle for Waystar. Stay tuned for more.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome back, Succession super fans. We are back. I'm your host, Shaka Smith, joined by my awesome co-host, Mr. Ryan Nilsen, head of Popcorn Talk.
Thank you so much. Ken.W.A.
All right.
That's all I gotta say,
my
man.
God.
Ken.W.A.
Glad to have you back, man. Well, of course, guys, we have our news, our predictions, our flex moment where we talk about a character who has sort of a flex strong moment, and of course, our savage lines where we talk about each character's really, I mean, the writing here is amazing. So we talk about each character's crazy savage lines. And their lines are getting more and more savage.
Absolutely savage. This was a savage episode, too.
Yeah, what were your overall thoughts?
Overall thoughts, the show's just getting better and better. I'm loving all the storylines at play here. I was really happy when up top we got stuff with the Willa's play.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to see the play. Ended up not going down that route, which was a little disappointing because we predicted that earlier in the season. Also, Professor predicted that. But overall, great episode. Really interesting conclusion. I think this is building up to an awesome finale.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the overall thought is Succession is becoming more and more of Succession. The lines are getting more savage. The scenes are getting more unpredictable. It seems like every moment they're together, it's an occasion for what could happen now, you know? So, and we just got more of the same. So I love that about this episode. But let's talk about Kendall getting his groove back. That was, for me, it was sort of pervasive throughout the episode. You know, he sees Jennifer and he is on a high because he sees this woman again that he had such a great time with. Right. And it just sort of goes from there. What do you think about Kendall's connection with Jennifer, and I guess how it ended even?
Well, I think this just further proves that Kendall is just falling for everyone this season. Like he's literally just sleeping around. He's all over the place. The fact that he just took an actress from the play. Yeah. I think Connor and Willa have been all over. Also, in the beginning, Connor just subtly taking digs at the play, like this is the worst it'll ever be. It only get better from here. Amazing, so funny. But he just takes the actress.
Wait, but don't you think Kendall had a genuine connection with Jennifer and thought there could be a future until Logan seemed unimpressed?
I mean, I think he thought that, but Logan wasn't impressed at all. She immediately froze up. She even pretended that acting wasn't her forte. Yeah. She goes, I'm not into theater. It's like, you're on Broadway right now. Like, you have a play on Broadway. Like, I don't know. So I think that definitely threw Kendall off. It was really interesting when she brought up, you talk about your dad a lot. Yeah. And he goes, no one's ever told me that. Like, everyone tells you that, dude. And then he later brings up, you said awesome a lot.
Yeah, I think his dad, the disapproval from his dad really turned him off to her pretty quickly. But, you know, part of having this psychosexual weekend, as he termed it, I think led to one of Kendall's best moments because he had the confidence to go up there for what I think was probably the scene-stealing moment of the entire episode, right?
Wow, man. L to the OG.
Did you know that he had it in him?
No, that was a jaw-dropping moment. Yeah. And it was really surprising both for the characters and for us. I just thought that was an awesome moment. This show, there's just incredibly insane sequences that are just in the realm of believability. Yeah. That's what makes this show so great.
Well, I was just like, Kendall's got his girl there. Jennifer and he have had quite the weekend. So that to me brought out this sort of character, this persona.
Puts the hat on Logan. Like, oh my gosh.
But I actually thought it was like perfect because it really showed that if he were to be a CEO, you got to do a little smoozing, right? As a CEO. Right. And you got to have that ability to tell jokes and be affable and like entertain people.
Right. And what sucks for Roman is immediately following that performance. Yeah. Roman's like, by the way, I bought the hearts. And he goes, I'm a Hibs fan. Which you sure? I'm pretty sure.
Which for a moment, because I want to say the writers are maybe like hinting that Logan might be mentally unstable, or this might be the beginning of maybe a decline, but every time my mind goes there, Logan says something to remind you that he's still Logan Roy.
Oh my gosh. But it just goes to show that brotherly relationship. They're even adults now, and it's still like the older brother showing everyone up. Yeah. And then, Roman just not succeeding and Shiv playing her cards just right at the very end. But Kendall had a heck of an episode, and obviously I don't think that he's going anywhere with Jennifer from there on. I don't even know what's going to happen with her in the play. That was such a cringy scene. And also really funny scene when Connor goes to their hotel room and he's like, she's like a really important part. Could we
get a lot of money in this way?
And he's like, no. He's like, I'm really not happy with how this conversation went.
I love that moment because that was that brotherly interplay between the two.
Right.
But it really seems that Kendall, did you think that was a cold moment when he's sending Jennifer packing?
Definitely cold.
Yeah.
But it's messed up because it's messed up on itself just that he's leaving her cold, but it was also kind of messed up to begin with that he just took her away, essentially bribed her to come over there. Yeah. And then because she said awesome too much because of how his dad reacted.
Yeah. But I think it's more of a sign that Kendall's, he's back in line. Kind of, I thought Rhea Jarrell's assessment was almost actually accurate. He's sort of rocky, but he's got it together, but he's still in a rocky place.
Still in a rocky place for sure. But yeah, I think Kendall's still, as he's been since I think episode 1 this season, he's a slave to his dad. Yeah. He really is. Anything his dad says, he goes. He is, Mike Myers. Anything his dad says, that it's all him.
Exactly.
It's
Well,
a major thing.
Well, hopefully everyone is listening to what we're saying, and whether or not you agree or disagree, you're interacting with us in our chat and giving us 5 stars. I think Ryan's got a couple words for you.
I do. Yes, guys. Please, thank you for making us the ESPN of TV Talk. Please like this video. Thumbs up. It really helps our show a lot. Comment below your thoughts on this episode. I am in the live chat, and please go on iTunes. Give us a 5-star review. We will shout you out on air if you do an iTunes review. In fact, we do have one from last week. It's Dorothy Child. Big fan of the show. Love all your work. 5 stars. Thank you, Dorothy.
We love that.
Dorothy Child. And please, if you don't give us 5 stars, fart. Roman callback from this episode.
Yes. Well, yes. We thank you guys, and Ryan takes that back. If you don't give us 5 stars, we still appreciate you guys.
Still appreciate you.
So now we got to talk about the GREXIT heard around the world, right?
Greg is so great. I know we see this every episode. Yeah. Greg is my favorite character, probably. He used to be Tom. I think Greg is my favorite character.
Greg's amazing.
He kills it in this role. And that is it's so hard to play all the beats he's playing. He's clueless. He's clued in. He's just very unsure of himself. That's a really hard part.
But he also kind of knows what to do, but he's just not sure how to be communicative. But
so not confident. It's a lot. I don't think many people could do it, and he crushes it.
Because he says, it's funny because he's not confident, but he says the confident thing. He somehow gets the words out.
And he was on Conan this week. They did a whole bit about that, about him getting fake fired or something. But so GREXIT. Yeah. Incredible way. I guess so. It's Uncle Ewan.
Yeah,
his grandfather.
Who has now made a threat to Greg and said, look, you're out of the will if you don't leave, and that's $250 million threat. And Greg actually decides he's going to take a moment to think about it. I just feel like, I guess I got to go. I'd probably say, Uncle Ewan, just let's make sure we're still in the will. What did you think about Greg deciding to go? Because now he's deciding to leave. Or should he have stood his ground?
Well, I think we're going to really find that out later. An incredible scene with him and Logan in the bathroom. But what was a little problem I'm having with the show is I don't know how much money he's making. Yeah. I don't know what his salaries are. So $250 million is obviously a huge amount of money.
And he seems like not very wealthy because remember Kendall got him that apartment. He was super stoked about it. He was like, oh my God, this is super nice.
That's true. A lot has happened since then though. Yeah. He blackmailed Tom. He got a new position.
But he might be making in the
couple
$100,000 maybe at best.
Okay, so 250 is obviously
$250 million.
Right, so that's a lot to inherit, and it'll probably be within the next couple of years. Yeah. Really interesting quandary for him to be in, and I think that made sense for him to really take a step back and wonder about it. I don't even know if he's inheriting it all because his mom's also in the mix. I think.
Well, it sounds like his chunk is $250 million. Yeah. But he's got to resign now. But Uncle Ewan might live for another 20 years. I mean.
Honestly, he might. And I mean, everything Logan, that was a beautiful scene between him and Logan. You actually got to see a different side of Logan in that scene where he gives him a real honest moment of advice saying he doesn't have the heart. He's a coward like that. Why do you think he's been in this country this entire time farming, breaking his back, working his ass off, not getting any reward from it. So I actually thought that was an incredible moment, GREXIT. And I think, it's just saying he knows what team he would be on. And at the end of the day, it's his call. Does he want to be with a happy Logan or grumpy Uncle Ewan? And I think as savage as that is, I think that's absolutely accurate. Well, it's do you want to just make it for yourself, work, or you want to leave and then have to wait to get that money?
Well, are you
he'd be out of a job.
Well, and part of that whole setup of the GREXIT is really this whole thing of Ewan versus Logan. I kind of like how they juxtapose the two characters, and Ewan thinks Logan is sold out. He's, for these climate deniers with the news. Are you team Ewan or team Logan? Because to me, it wasn't that one was right or one was wrong, but it was like these two people with very different perspectives on life.
Well, I mean, morally.
Uncle Fun and Grandpa Grumps.
Morally, in real life, I'm probably team Ewan, obviously. But, I mean, for the show... It's interesting. It's all these rich people, but
Logan makes a lot of business decisions that sometimes they trickle down to that moral line. But when you're making that decision in the office, it's a business decision rather than necessarily a moral one.
Definitely. I mean, look, I love the question.
Yeah.
My answer probably doesn't matter all too much because I'd probably be team Ewan. But the thing is, team Ewan is an absolute losing team.
Well, but is he though? Oh yeah, that might be saved for predictions, but I'm wondering about this whistleblower because this whistleblower who seems to be not Uncle Ewan, like he's my uncle. At the end of the episode, he says, a reckoning's coming or something to that nature to Logan.
So you think he
is financing the whistleblower in some way because the whistleblower won't take any number.
And what if that's all of his money that he's promising Greg?
And it sounds like it could be that, or the whistleblower is morally just against, Right. So that's why there's no number that's good.
Absolute possibility. That's a great prediction. Yeah. I love that.
But just watching the interplay between the two brothers, so where it's like I don't necessarily think one's right or wrong, but I definitely see. I love the introduction of, which path is right or wrong. Because Logan, at the end of the day, pulled himself out of the bootstraps, got out of the town, and that was his motivation to be successful.
Which was really interesting this episode to see Logan go back to his home, not even get out to take a picture.
Yeah, because he didn't want to go in. He just he didn't want to be back home because he was doing his best to leave that place.
Right.
Yeah.
Really fascinating.
Yeah. I'd love to know more about that backstory.
Me too. But so I mean, from that, once you bring all that up, I definitely be team Ewan. We actually have someone in the chat, Kaylin Baby, who says they have a theory. Please give us your theory.
Yeah, we want to know that.
We'd love to hear that.
Theories. Of course, we got to talk about Rhea Jarrell, which really consumed. She's dotted herself, inserted herself in everyone's lives. So let's talk about her. I guess one by one. We could talk about Rhea and Kendall because she really went from Shiv getting the family together to combat her and kind of rallying the troops to Rhea Jarrell kind of smoothed everyone over. By the end of the episode, and she kind of let Kendall know she thought it was him regardless. What did you think about the exchange? Was she playing him, or was she giving an honest assessment of Kendall's attributes?
I think it's both. I think even if she does believe that, she's only telling him because she's playing him. Yeah. Same with, she even went up to Roman as well and saying like, I think you're the smartest, I think you understand the business
Maybe
the most.
We can partner together.
So she's definitely playing the field. The thing in this episode, from the beginning of this episode, everybody hates Rhea. Yeah. Everybody.
But is Rhea genuine? Because what she says to Roman again, your instincts are the best, which I actually concur with. I think Roman's got the best instincts of the group.
But what's interesting is by the end of the episode, not everyone hates her.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She might be worthy of it.
She smooths everybody over.
Right, but what's interesting is it might not matter because they're just going to use her
as we know that Shiv
punching bag.
We know Shiv's got an extra plan.
Right.
But Rhea notices that with Shiv, she's not going to be able to get anywhere. And then she's got the epic showdown with Marcia. What do you think about that exchange?
Marcia. I got to tell you, man.
Marcia.
Love it.
She's been like a silent presence. Yeah.
That was the scariest we've ever seen her.
Yeah.
Probably we're just pulling her aside like, do you have STD?
Yeah.
When you get tested?
Let's hash this one out.
What? And everyone just taking little digs at her. Even Kendall up top saying like, yeah, make sure to thank Rose too.
Yeah.
Who.
Well, that's when they were all on the same page of sort of giving her the dig. And I love Kendall's just wildly honest. He said, I just did it because I take mild offense at the way you've been treating my sister.
Right. super honest. And I think it's interesting because she might be the right choice for the company. Obviously, Logan likes her the most.
I'm convinced.
I'm convinced too. But also, I just in the inherent nature of the show, we're so attached to this family who's all messed up, and you kind of oddly want them to succeed in a weird way.
Yeah.
I don't want her. But now she got it.
Yeah.
She got it. And I think it's going to be interesting to see once this whistleblower comes up what happens to her?
Yeah.
Is she going to get all the blame? And then we're back to square one.
Exactly. But I think it works for me because if he's gonna name someone now, I'm actually on board with it being Rhea because I didn't think anybody was ready.
You're buying Rhea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm buying her too. And I think it's really interesting that it all came about this way just in 2 episodes because she was fired 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then just because Logan kind of liked her and then realized, wow, she's got a tremendous amount of business insight. She also went to bat for them with the Pierce company. I'm buying her.
Yeah, Rhea Jarrell lands on her feet.
Elastigirl. But Marcia was a beast, dude.
Yeah.
And someone in the chat just said Steven Tizando just comment on that. Again, even at the end, Marcia's like, you didn't tell me you were about to name her as the successor. You're like, what?
And she felt betrayed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yikes.
so I like Marcia as a silent presence throughout the entire episode, and you can even see that Rhea really felt that, but Rhea was honest with Logan about the family attacking her. She was honest about Shiv, and she was honest about Marcia. And how did she put it? Her French. She was afraid of getting hit by a baguette, and her French senses were offended.
That was it.
Her
French senses were offended. God, so many great lines this episode. Yeah, Marcia was a beast, and she got really real with Rhea. I also thought it was really funny. Well, again, everyone's taking shots at Rhea. Shiv flirty. What was it? Flirty with Tom.
Yeah, and so we see Shiv trying to get Tom to kind of get Rhea to look bad in front of Logan, right?
Just elbow.
Yeah. And what was that? Not dirty flirty, but hurdy flirty. But when they said that, didn't you immediately know what she meant?
Right.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I get it.
He's like, you want me to go flirt with your dad's kind of girlfriend and
your dad who's like vindictive and scary.
Wow, right, just amazing. I mean, it was really interesting. We got a lot of reminders of Logan's, I guess, past throughout this episode with everything.
Yeah.
And again, going back to that Rose line, I guess he blames himself for the sister's death.
Yeah, and so we got to know what happens to Rose or why this is so poignant for him.
And Ewan even says to him, hey, you blame yourself for that, but it wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
This is your fault, this current empire.
Yeah, and I think what I liked a lot about this episode was Logan's awareness of his own weakness. When we talk about Rhea Jarrell, he realized that Rhea was a blind spot for him. And I think everyone realizes how important Rhea has become for him. So when he walks into that surprise party, he's not about it. But that moment when Marcia outside says, oh, well, Rhea was the one that organized it, and all of a sudden he's ready to walk back in. It was weird to me because she even knows that that's who's ruling the house right now. Yeah.
Rhea's taking complete control.
Yeah.
And even when she's getting kind of looked over and people are giving her false information, she's a survivor, and she's great that way. And even at the surprise party when Logan has that private moment with Shiv, he's telling her, hey, like she's got the hold on me. I think she's with all my contacts here.
But that was the moment that I was like, okay, yes, because if you can't see the blind spot, then there's no.
But now he sees it.
But he clearly was like, wait a minute, you got all my contacts. Like, how did this happen? And I just let it kind of happen.
Right.
So I'm glad that he's realizing that she does somehow hold his power. You know.
Yeah, it's awesome. A lot about Logan this episode, and it's interesting that now Rhea is the one. Rhea won, but did she?
But and we know that she probably didn't really, because we got this guy. What is it? It looks like this guy Weasel, who they're making a joke calling him Weasel, but I guess it's Weiselman. And it looks like he's not backing down off this.
We offered him $10 million.
Yeah.
We offered him $20 million. Didn't budge.
He didn't budge.
He's not going to take anything. He has a mystery backer. I love your prediction of it's probably Ewan.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. I think that's definitely a problem, and Shiv found an immediate solution.
Yeah.
Let's just wait until morning to tell Logan.
And then kind of pushing him to and I think Rhea does make sense right now. And I love that everyone's playing each other, but not necessarily doing so by lying. This is the first time we really see them playing each other honestly.
Just withholding information.
Exactly, withholding information.
That's it. And she's not only protecting herself.
Yeah.
Because who knows? Maybe Logan would have said, appoint one of the the siblings.
Well, it looks like Logan is leaning towards Shiv. It looks like he's leaning towards Shiv.
I think he was.
Yeah.
So that was saving herself, but it was also saving the brothers.
Yeah, of course. Of course. She didn't want any stink on the family, which this is going to blow up.
Absolutely. Great scene.
Well, we got to talk about a little bit of our news and gossip.
We're going to read the news and gossip.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
AfterBuzz TV News.
First and foremost, y'all, we had the Emmys last week, and Succession won an Emmy.
Yeah.
Jesse Armstrong for writing. Incredible screenwriter. They beat out other nominees, including Better Call Saul, Bodyguard, Game of Thrones, Handmaid's Tale, and Killing Eve. So Succession, that's season 1, mind you. Getting an Emmy for that. I think this show, every week it's growing.
Oh, this episode, the language was a little extra. Roman had some lines.
Yeah, some lines. The writing's amazing, and I think it's just getting more and more popular. Even, the founders, Keven Undergaro and Maria Menounos, they love this show.
It's so good.
So everyone's just kind of catching on to the Succession train, the bandwagon, and I'm all the more happy for it. So I think this Emmy is just going to bring more awareness to that.
They find new and creative ways to insult one another on the show in like the best lines. You can just pull those out of your pocket when you're in conversation.
Oh, absolutely. And I think for next year, this is a sure lock for a nominee for drama.
Oh, definitely.
And writing. Right now, it might be my pick to win, with a few other HBO shows getting nominated. But I mean, it's a great show, and I really think this season is the coming out season. Everyone's really hopping on board, so that's phenomenal. They are stepping it up. Another part of our news: Brian Cox, who plays Logan Roy, incredible Brian Cox, was interviewed this week by WAMU 88.5. It's a radio station, and he was just talking about the success of Succession, and he absolutely loves the show. His favorite character on the show is Kendall. He thinks Kendall is a marvelous character who's gone so low and is somehow just staying afloat, and how there's just so many layers behind that.
Layered.
Really interesting to hear a Shakespearean actor like Brian Cox talk so much about a character that he's not even playing.
Yeah.
It's just one he's acting alongside, and how he thinks it's an incredible role. He calls Logan Roy a domineering father with tragic circumstances conspired to draw him even closer to the family he's longed to shed, like an ill-fitting skin. Wow.
This is like a Shakespearean tragedy.
It really is. And he was saying that's all just in season 1, and how season 2, he actually had concerns. He thought, wow, is it just going to be a lot of repetitive beats?
Yeah.
Like Kendall, making mistakes and literally shitting the bed, and how he was just really satisfied. How it's something we talk about a lot, and how there's just some really crazy sequences that are believable in this world because they're so wealthy and because of how they write it in. Yeah. So it's really awesome to see an actor not just casually promote the show, but actually get really in depth and get specific circumstances, specific examples of why he absolutely loves and is so happy that the show is getting really successful. So,
because they write the truth of those crazy scenes, so that's why we're able to go, I believe that. Yeah,
I believe it too. So shout out to Brian Cox, who's just kicking butt as Logan Roy in this show. And that's the news and gossip.
Yes. Of course, we got to get to our flex moments.
Ton of flex moments. So
oh my God.
The flex moment obviously is when a character just shows out like they have so much wealth and just shows their power in a scene. And man, this episode was full of them.
Yes, it was. What was your favorite flex moment?
I gotta say, a major flex might have been, I think whenever Shiv and Tom are on screen, Shiv is flexing all over Tom.
All the time.
It just in every
it's just
episode.
Naturally. It doesn't know how not to. Right?
So hurdy flirty, just saying, no, you're gonna go flirt with her. You're gonna go do it right now. Don't even argue.
And then
about
Tom goes. He has to go. He does it.
Completely goes. Another flex was absolutely Uncle Ewan telling Greg, "Yeah, $250 million.
Yeah.
Have you signed your resignation yet?" Major flex right there.
You got Marcia. Of course, going
Marcia.
Going right up to Rhea, Jarrell, and saying, do you have STDs? But I think, like that was a flex moment. That was it.
That was a great flex.
And she had the one at the end with Logan too, just leaving. Ooh. And I thought that was powerful too.
Really powerful walk away in a scene. I have one more. Oh my God. Oh yeah, the ultimate flex is this whistleblower.
Yeah.
Saying, I'm not taking any money. There might be a backer. So the unknown whistleblower. Major flex.
And I'm going to say, actually, my major flex of the entire episode, because it was the biggest, but so low-key, Did Roman ask Jerry to marry him?
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Oh my goodness. We gotta talk about this.
Roman said, "Hey, will you marry me, Jerry?" That's the flex moment. That's the flex moment.
Yeah, and I mean,
right? Like,
but
that's how you talk about it. You're like, that's how you discuss the moment.
Right. Behind the scenes action, by the way, real quick. Shaka watches on HBO Go on the way here, and then I sometimes start, and then we join in, and he's usually a few minutes ahead. So he's like, "Oh, you're not going to believe this next scene." And it's Jerry and Roman, and he's just walking out the door. By the way, you want to marry me? And I don't know if he's serious, but he kind of is.
Yeah, he's totally serious.
He's just like, think about it.
How else would Roman ask? That would be it, right?
It's crazy to think they've just such a big relationship. I don't even know to call it intimate.
Yeah,
but they have a big relationship that it's not really public.
And yeah, no one really knows about it. And he even said you can move in with me. Like,
yeah, it's so confusing, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm here for it. I can't wait to see the next beat in that. Like, what's gonna happen? Like,
the oddest pairing.
What's the next conversation after that? And when do you have it?
Oh my god, we have tons of people in the chat. Wow. Okay, so first off, we're kind of going a bunch of different posts. Someone just said we gotta talk about Ken.W.A. We talked about it up top, but we can maybe mention it again.
L to the OG.
L to the OG.
Dude, be the OG.
People believe your theory, and that Ewan is the backer. Kaylin Baby, are they setting up Shiv? What the hell is going on with Kendall? Josh Lee, how does her being CEO not even for a day make her the fall guy? It still has to be ratified by the board. Interesting comment.
Well, she's gotta like publicly accept it. There's still gotta be a ceremony. So all of that has to.
Would she be the fall guy though? Because that's quick. They're all assuming they led us to believe if when she becomes CEO, she's the immediate fall guy.
It's easy to set it up that way because depending on how much time takes place between the huge break of the story, but if she's in there for like a month and then the story breaks, then she's got to deal with it and then clean it up, and then people want some heads to roll, and ceremonially she might be one of the heads to have to roll. It'll be a ceremonial thing, right? You know, because people want action, so you give them something, you know. Like,
they want action. Yeah, and like you just said, Roman and Jerry probably getting the action on there, man.
So now we got to move on to our savage lines. Where, as it sounds, we talk about some of the savage lines, some of which, you know, my policy when it comes to after shows has always been, if they say it on the show, I can say it on the after show. But this is one of the ones where I'm like, oh. Do you have
They get explicit. It's HBO. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. I got a ton. Oh man, I got a ton. Okay, first off, this is from Connor up top. Sometimes I truly don't think I'll understand Dad until I shit outside.
That was a good one.
Like, interesting, Connor. Do you want to go one next?
Yeah, I got Marcia when she goes to Rhea. You know, sometimes I've won, sometimes I fought and I've won, and I fought and I've lost. But when I lose, the other one will generally lose an eye or a soul.
Wow, that is pretty savage.
No one wants to lose an eye or a soul, and none of those things. Like, I don't want to pick. I don't even want to pick.
She had a heck of an episode. Ewan Roy. There's an argument he's worse than Hitler. He is Hitler. and then Greg responds with, "Yeah, he also made. We're responsible for the Cowsporial franchise, mediocre entertainment, solid mediocre entertainment." I was like, what? Oh yeah, here we go. Roman. Oh, this is great. Yeah, that was slick, Shiv. Slicker than come on a dolphin's back.
Yes, that was an eye-opening one. We had the
it was an eye-opening one.
We had Kendall talking about his sexpeditions where the Lewis and Clark are fucking. I thought that was like
Oh, no, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
What else?
And of course, you and Roy. I think talking about Tacitus. And the quote was, regarding Logan Roy, he's made a wasteland and called it an empire. And that was like quite the savage line.
Quite the savage line. There was one more. Yeah. Hold on, I got it right here. Roman, when he's doing VO in the beginning, they're doing VO for Roman's big thing at the end of the night.
Yes.
And he does one take that's very monotone, not a lot of heart or feeling into it, and the guy behind the booth just doesn't help him out whatsoever, and is like, "Let's just do one more." What was wrong with that one?
It's perfect. If it's perfect, well, I gotta do another one.
It's perfect. Why do I need to? Let's just do one more with a little more feeling. And he just goes, "I'm the ding dong doodle dumb dipshit we're done here. And walks out. Wow.
I love that. Was like an early reminder that no matter which Roy you're talking to, you don't tell any of these Roys what to do. You got to be real.
Or just be straightforward up top. Like it wasn't a good take.
Exactly.
Just tell him to do another
Got to
one.
watch yourself with these Roys.
Come on, guy.
Of course. Man. Now, do you have any more Savage lines?
That's all I got.
Yeah, it was the lines, but they get a little bit racier each episode.
They really do.
They're just like, man, they were saying some things. But let us move on to our predictions.
Ooh, big predictions.
Your AfterBuzz.
We've been talking about it this whole after show. I think you had a really great prediction of who the backer was.
Yeah, I think it's got to be you. It's got to be you.
Do you think there's a chance it's anyone else?
No, I mean, no. Okay.
No?
It just makes too much sense. It makes too much sense right now. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Wouldn't it be?
And I want to see. I forget the name of this actor. He's so good. He's playing Logan's brother.
Oh.
I gotta imagine they're gonna use him a little bit more than just this episode. And he's such a great actor.
Right.
So I want to see
James Cromwell.
Yes.
His name.
So I want to see these two face off. He's been in everything.
He really has.
Yeah.
He's a tremendous actor, and you don't get a guy like that to just come in and out. I think he's been in only 3 episodes.
And I feel like he's isn't he normally like he plays like a lot of evil characters too? So he
does.
Yeah, so he's like the crusading character for good here.
Oh yeah, like LA Confidential, Gridiron Gang. He's great.
But I think we'll see that he's gonna have a Logan-like streak, even though he's fighting for kind of like the good guy. He'll have a Logan-like streak to get to his end goal too.
Absolutely. Just speaking on who the backer could be, Steven Tizando in the chat says, I think the backer may be Shiv and Kendall. They have a close connection all season. Very fascinating. That would be quite a twist.
Kendall, I don't think Kendall's got it. He hasn't had it together enough to be part of a scheme like that. Shiv.
Yeah, I don't think he has it together enough. I don't really know what Kendall would do from that, because the people who would hurt is himself and his dad, and if his dad gets hurt, that risks himself.
And Kendall's
with
he's too in the pocket of the father. But Shiv could be, but she just also seems off of her heels.
It might, well, but to play on that though, he might have been, they could be in cahoots like that in hopes that they would get Rhea to become CEO, because he seemed pretty on board with it. And that might have just been some sibling theater when they're arguing about it. That'd be a really long reach.
Kendall's not into theater.
I mean, he did just perform at Ken.W.A.
No, he's into theater for a performance.
And he was just dating a theater actress.
But he was good.
So he'll be a little into theater.
Maybe a little into theater.
I like that prediction. I don't think it's gonna happen, but that would be a crazy twist.
What's your prediction for Roman and Jerry? Does she say yes?
Does she say yes?
Does she say yes?
The thing that's crazy about this is, even if she says yes, it's such a weird relationship. I don't even know if it would be public. It might just be something that's under the curtain.
Yeah, but will she say yes? What's your take?
Oh, gosh.
You're making a prediction, yes or no?
Oh. I don't.
It's like
it was weird because they mentioned earlier in the episode that maybe Logan was once with Jerry.
Yeah, and you could see Roman that gave him some pause.
Yeah,
but which makes me think this marriage offer's real, because he's like, oh, my wife.
It's real. It's real. I think she'll say yes.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so too.
I think they're just gonna go for it with this relationship.
Yeah, I think she likes him, and strategically it makes sense. So yeah.
Yeah, they said whoever it is, I think that it's big money. Nobody passes up $20 million. And also some people saying that they think Jerry, and they're shipping Jerry and Roman.
Does Greg actually leave? Your next prediction.
Great
Does
question,
GREXIT we know Brexit's been rocky. Will Grexit be just as rocky, or will Greg actually leave the company? Oh, because I mean, I got to imagine. Look, I mean, is the grandfather going to give me money up front now to live? Mm-hmm. Because legitimately, you could live another 20 years, and $250 million is a lot, but I want to make some money now. And
I don't think he leaves. I think Logan.
He calls the grandfather's bluff.
Exactly, and even if Ewan ends up being this backer, I think that's just that might. I don't think he leaves. Also, just from another circumstance of, I don't even know how they keep him in the show. Mm. They might cut back to him working at like the theme park, but no, I think he stays. Greg, some people think Greg needs to resign. Ewan doesn't want anybody on as his branch of the family in this drama with the whistleblower.
And I think that's why Ewan is telling Greg to resign, because he's like, A, you're clearly not like in it yet, so let me get you out,
he's trying to cover
because
him.
I know the whistleblower's coming and this is gonna blow up.
Greg also has 2 pages in his pants from last week.
Like, I want to know, like, how? Yeah, are they gonna connect Greg to the whistleblower?
That's a great question. I mean, I just don't know how they keep him in the show. I'm just thinking about analytically for the show.
Oh, yeah.
But unless maybe he takes the stand and really goes a 180. Yeah. I don't think he leaves though. I think
no, he's in the show, but yeah, you don't think he's gonna leave Waystar.
I think Logan convinced him by telling him to stay. Yeah, I think it was very much his very own. You have to do it yourself, which is why
say Greg
he left.
leaves. I say Greg leaves.
You think he leaves?
Greg has played the smart role every single time. He's made the right practical choice every single time.
Whoa! Every time?
Greg has made the smart practical choice.
For himself.
For himself. Yeah.
Okay.
He's always like, oh wait, okay, $250 million. Like, how could you possibly not leave, right?
I can't. For you.
Yeah, I can't think of Greg not leaving for $250 million.
That's a lot.
I think Greg is gonna 100% leave. He's gonna do it in the best way he can. Maybe he'll try to secretly work and secretly be a part and try to work his way up somehow. Right. But yeah, Greg's.
You think he's out?
He's out. Yeah,
he's Grexiting.
He's gonna do whatever he can. I don't think he's gonna call Uncle Ewan's bluff.
We have like 1 or 2 minutes left. I have one question for you. Then, do you think we're ever gonna see this play?
Oh,
I don't think. I think the play's come and gone.
I think.
At the beginning of the season, we were predicting we'd see it, and the play would be about the family. Yeah. But they kind of just casually went by.
No, yeah, I think the play has come and gone. Darn. I think we've seen the last of the play.
We've seen the last of the play. Okay. Do you think we see?
The question is, does Marcia leave? Does Marcia leave Logan?
And what would that mean? I think.
Do you think she's staying with Logan? Is she going to leave Logan?
I think she's staying. She's made it clear that,
because she had her savage line was what? I'm bored. You're boring me. She had a little savage line. Yeah.
And when you say they've been teasing that too.
But when you say I'm bored, you're boring me, you're kind of like, I'm over this. Like, I'm done with this shit. I'm gone.
She used to be in the know. She used to be his inner circle in season 1.
And then he brought in Rhea, and she's already kind of like, but at least she felt like she was still the one.
Right.
And then now he secretly named Rhea CEO. That kind of blindsided her.
Even when he was doing his speech, he was saying, "Ask all my wives." He was like,
disregarding her, and you saw that look she had in her face. I think she might. Do you think she's out the door? Is she filing for divorce next episode?
It's interesting. If she does, I just wonder what that would. It's an odd thought, but what would that mean?
I want your prediction.
Okay.
I want to get you on record.
I think next episode.
Next episode, is she meeting with a lawyer for a divorce?
No.
I say she is.
Interesting.
Yeah. She's making a power play. She's meeting with a lawyer.
That's a big power play.
She may not file, but she's going to meet with someone so Logan knows she's exploring that option.
Wow, because that could end up making Logan even lonelier if Rhea becomes the fall guy, and if Marcia leaves, then he literally has no one.
Yeah, and I can't see her staying. 'Cause she's been really holding her ground, and I think at this point she's got to be. I'm done. You just named her CEO of the company.
Shaka strong prediction.
Yeah,
Shaka strong.
You're gonna label it. You're gonna stamp it, huh?
I'm curious what everyone else thinks too. And also, I think I think. Yeah, so you think she's going to file for divorce? I don't think she is.
Not file, but she'll meet with a lawyer, or she'll let Logan know she's exploring the option 100%, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, interesting. I'm trying to think if there's any other predictions worth throwing out there. Do you think we're going to find out the whistleblower by next episode?
I don't know if it'll be by next episode, but I think it'll come to a head very quickly, yeah. Actually, yeah, it probably will be next episode.
Probably will be?
Yeah, things are moving quick now. Things are moving quick. Like, I didn't know the announcement was coming tonight. Did you know the announcement?
No.
Yeah, so things are moving quickly.
He just was impromptu. I'm announcing a successor.
I'm feeling ready. 50 years, so.
Let's go for it.
We'll see.
It's great. Yeah, this show is just getting better and better, and I think they're really ramping up for an epic finale.
Yeah. I think
all accounts.
Yeah, I think the last few episodes are going to be spectacular.
And with HBO, this is just a trend for their 10-episode season shows.
Yeah.
The 9th one is always the craziest one.
I mean, this one felt like this could be the second to last. Yeah. So I'm excited that we have 2 more.
We have 2 more. Dundee. Wow.
Well, guys, what a wonderful show. We're going to have to see you guys next week. Where can they find you, Ryan?
You guys can find me at Ryan Nilsen _. That's where we hear for you over there. Please do the iTunes review, guys. We will shout you out on air, like I said. And thank you so much for tuning in. Hit that like button. See you next week for another episode of Succession. We are also, again, we're live every Sunday at 7 p.m. PST.
And my name is Shaka Smith. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Shaka Strong. We will see you guys next week.
Peace.
See you guys later.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.